So we're at the park and I've got the new setup and the old setup back together. The Grosso got a little smaller wheels on it. I had to tighten it up because shifting this truck to this board and back, this truck was a lot looser with this wider deck. So now I'm testing out this C5, Carver C5 truck. You can see it has the hollow kingpin. It's got a lower stack height. So this truck is taller. This truck is lower than this, so you're a little closer to the ground. It's a little bit more like a regular skateboard, the C5. I'm gonna play with that and see what I can put together for you guys. I'm gonna play around on the Grosso again too, because it's still super fun. So far, just rolling around the little bit I have, I still enjoy the C7 more, but it makes doing regular tricks very difficult because of the way the truck swings. You're never totally balanced when you're popping. The higher stack height though, however, facilitates bigger ollies, bigger whatever you're doing, whatever you're popping, because you have to pop harder and kick slower so you get more drag time, which creates more lift. But you know, the couple ollies I've tried on this, they're marginally lower than the ones I was popping on this, just because the stack height is lower, so there's less room between the tail and the ground when you're popping. So that shortening of space also makes it a little bit more difficult to get your ollie height as high without effort. So first kickflip right out of the gate, snapped and caught clean. And that made me happy, so I played around with a few other tricks and tried another kickflip and a 360 flip, which was a little weird because the board is so much lighter. And as you can see now, pumping this board to generate speed is a little bit more complicated since it's quite a bit stiffer. So now it's a matter of getting used to the stiffness, as you can see. Now this is a trick I've been wanting to do for a while now, but just couldn't find a way to make it happen on the C7 because the backside 180 is very hard to do if you can't pivot off that front truck. And with the added stiffness of the C5 truck, it becomes a trick that's now doable again. Again, the C5 is a totally different experience. It's a lot more difficult to generate speed pumping on the flat ground. You almost want to go back to pushing like you do a regular skateboard because it requires so much effort. It's still doable, but it's just not the same as the C7 by any means. It's probably the go-to truck for, you know, taking into the park or doing flip tricks. It definitely has a lot more stability in the park. When I tested it in the bowls, you didn't have to worry about that front truck swinging down on you and wiping you out.